clean.
I think I was there.
You might have been there.
Yeah, man, we had some good ass fights this year. And now, now Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh man.
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard, man. There's just guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks?
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him.
After witnessing Canelo Alvarez's composure and intensity during the press conference, Joe Rogan voiced serious concerns for Terence Crawford, even urging him to reconsider the fight. The UFC commentator admitted he was deeply influenced by Canelo's focused demeanor, describing it as both intimidating and telling of what's to come. Spoke with confidence. Believes Canelo's presence alone sent a powerful message, one that suggests the undisputed champion might simply be too much for Crawford to handle once they step into the ring.
Canelo Alvarez body shots. Like, maybe there's a video we could look. He's got a beautiful one where he steps in and just rips that left hook to the liver, and your body just goes deep. It shuts down. It's the weirdest feeling, man. It's like your legs stop working, everything stops working. Your whole body just seizes up.
Crawford had a real shot, but after watching the press conference, I saw a completely different Canelo. He's risen to the moment like never before, more focused, more serious than he's ever been. Joe Rogan echoed that sentiment, calling clear underdog and warning that things could go downhill fast for the Nebraskan on fight night.
That's the one that gets you going.
Yeah, I hear him now. You're too little. Canelo's gonna break you. I love the challenge. Let me pull it once again.
Sure, Crawford has worn the underdog label before, but after seeing Canelo's presence, that status feels more real than ever at this point. Only a miracle could turn things in favor. Everything seems stacked against him. Rogan even floated the idea of canceling the fight, though he admitted that's unlikely. Honestly, if it were up to me, this fight wouldn't happen. Aura and sheer readiness have drained every ounce of optimism I had. Terence Crawford enters the bout with an unblemished 41-0 record.
What's coming with me? They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your
I'm
home.
taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Having systematically dismantled every opponent in his path, while constantly pushing himself to take on greater challenges, though not without facing some criticism along the way. Canelo Alvarez, meanwhile, continues to stand as one of boxing's elite and remains the sport's biggest global superstar. When two elite champions from different weight divisions face off, the reality is that one of them will likely step into the ring at a size disadvantage, and in a fight between the top-tier fighters, that can be the deciding factor.
I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
you know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We gonna see.
This upcoming super fight is no exception. From the moment the bout was announced, Joe Rogan expressed concern over Terence Crawford moving up to full weight classes to make it happen, noting that the size difference alone could pose a serious threat to Crawford's chances. After rising through the ranks and finding success in the lightweight division, Terence Crawford is now making a massive leap, moving from junior middleweight up to the super middleweight limit of 168 pounds for
elite of the elite boxers. To a man, to every one of them, they're disciplined and they stay focused. I'm so excited to see this fight with Canelo Alvarez, because I think the Saudi Arabians have so much money. They're throwing so much money at boxing, and the guy who's the head of boxing over there wants to make that fight happen. I think Terence Crawford, forget about the 3 weight classes. I think he could beat Canelo.
What could be the defining fight of his career? Crawford's highly technical style. This weight jump is bound to dominate conversations leading up to the bout. His opponent, Canelo Alvarez, is not only a world-class boxer, but also someone who has competed at light heavyweight, making the size and power difference a genuine concern.
I know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
CERN, the Joe Rogan Experience, where Rogan was joined by comedian Brian Simpson. The UFC commentator emphasized the potential impact of that size gap, having hosted Crawford on multiple podcast episodes. In the past, Rogan made it clear that his biggest worry is whether Bud can handle the physical strength Canelo brings. Rogan said, "I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off."
Leave all the he be talking.
Crawford? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying that.
They tried to say that like Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful.
Him because Canelo hit so hard. Man, the idea of jumping up to weight classes doesn't seem to faze Terence Crawford, who has long been chasing this super fight with Canelo Alvarez. Rather than easing into the move with a tune-up bout, Crawford opted to go straight into the challenge. As a result, by the time he steps into the ring, it will have been over a year since his last fight, adding another layer of difficulty to what is already.
And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up.
Eddie, the biggest test of his career. Still, the extended layoff could offer him valuable time to adapt physically to the new weight class. Fans of Joe Rogan's podcast were surprised to see him shift his stance so quickly. After initially appearing to back Terence Crawford,
saying about where to be and what's coming, and
he's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's an artist.
Like remember like a young B-Hop?
Yeah.
It was like just so sharp and made it look almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art. He's piecing up people.
Wow. Many believe that Canelo Alvarez, fighting comfortably at super middleweight, will maintain a significant size advantage, especially since Crawford has spent most of his career at 147 pounds and only recently fought at 154. Rogan didn't seem overly concerned about the size gap at first. He had initially downplayed its impact, suggesting Crawford's skill and
going up and becoming undisputed against Canelo. Come on, man. I'm flying in the sunset, man. Thank you, boxing God.
That would be it?
That would be it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing yet for me. I didn't accomplish everything there is to accomplish in the sport of boxing.
Ability could neutralize the difference. Terence Crawford isn't as small as many people assume. According to UFC commentator Joe Rogan, during episode number 2286 of the Joe Rogan Experience *, where he was joined by former NFL star Antonio Brown, Rogan shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez showdown. While many fans have voiced concerns about the
at once,
right?
I'm saying I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
Size difference. Given that Crawford has spent the bulk of his career at 147 pounds, and Canelo is a natural super middleweight, Rogan offered a more optimistic take. He pointed out that Crawford, now 37, has ample time to gain weight and adjust to the new division before the fight. Rogan emphasized his excitement for the matchup, calling it a true super fight. You know why I'm excited? Terence Crawford and Canelo, that's the...
However I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I could tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Give me ground. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's no Canelo.
The one, he said enthusiastically. However, Rogan didn't shy away from the issue most fans are focused on. He acknowledged the size gap between the two champions and recognized that it could be a key factor. Still, his tone remained hopeful. suggesting that if anyone has the skill and IQ to rise above physical disadvantage,
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight. I'm gonna win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
it's Terence Crawford for Rogan. This fight represents more than size, it's about greatness.